I'm Jenna with Stahls TV and welcome to the Craft Corner. Memorial Day is just a few short weeks away, so for today's video I wanted to show you a USA inspired tank top using CAD-CUT Patterns and CAD-CUT heat transfer adhesive and foil. For this project we're going to need our heat transfer vinyl, our Silhouette CAMEO, a blank garment. I picked this one up from Sanmar, the brand is Alternative, and our craft press. I already have my pattern vinyl loaded into the cutter, so I'm going to go ahead and send my design to cut. When cutting CAD-CUT patterns, you don't need to mirror your image before cutting since it's going to be masked. So before you send your design to cut, make sure that your design is not mirrored. I now have my adhesive loaded into the cutter, so before cutting this I need to make sure my design is mirrored now. So before sending my design I'm going to mirror my image. I already have my designs trimmed out, so I can go ahead and begin the weeding process by just weeding away the excess material. Okay, and now I'm going to start weeding away the excess material for my pattern heat transfer vinyl. Okay, so since this image is not mirrored, I'm going to take my magic mask and lay this right over top. This is a medium tack masking that's perfect for CAD-CUT patterns. Okay, so I'm just going to take my squeegee and press with a pretty firm pressure just to get this to transfer over to my mask. You can either use a squeegee, or you can use anything with a hard edge such as a credit card. So I'm just going to go ahead and peel this carrier sheet away from the patterns. And I'm just going to place this right back over top just to save the adhesive on the back of my vinyl, and then I'm ready to take it to the press. To begin, I'm just going to load my tank top onto the bottom platen here, making sure I get my print area nice and flat and all my seams are off of the platen. Before applying my transfers, I'm just going to do a quick preheat just to release any moisture or wrinkles in the fabric. For my first application, I'm going to lay my adhesive down just a couple inches from the collar. Grab my cover sheet and apply this for 5 seconds at 300 degrees at a light pressure. Okay, my CAD-CUT adhesive is a hot peel, so I can go ahead and just peel this carrier back. Then I'm going to go in with my pattern vinyl. Line it up with the top, and you can see that my carrier sheet from my patterns is going to overlap my adhesive a little bit. So I'm just going to trim that very closely to its edge so I can get it nice and close to the top transfer. Alright, so I'm going to lay this back in, make sure everything's nice and lined up and that my carrier sheet isn't overlapping, so I can go ahead and lay in my foil over top of the adhesive and do these two applications together. So both the foil and the patterns will apply at 300 degrees for 10 seconds. I'm going to adjust my pressure to a firm pressure so that my foil will adhere correctly. Can remove my cover sheet. I'm going to wait for my foil to cool down, but my pattern vinyl is a hot peel, so I can go ahead and pull this carrier back. Then I'm just going to remove my tank top from the bottom platen so that the foil will cool down quicker. Now that my foil is nice and cool, I can go ahead and peel it back from the adhesive. And then we have a complete mixed media Memorial Day tank top. So you can see how easy it is to create a Memorial Day look. Now let's talk about the cost to produce. For my blank garment, it was $9.95. For adhesive and foil, it was 36 cents. For my pattern vinyl and my masking, it cost 53 cents. And for the labor and overhead, I calculated was $1.16. Now that can vary based on your home or craft business or your brick and mortar business. So be sure to calculate that based off of how you're running your business. So with that all added together, it was $12, and I can sell this for $40. So I'm looking at a profit of $28 total. I'm Jenna with Stahls TV, and thanks for joining me in the Craft Corner. Are you looking for more ways to use or make money with your craft cutter? Then check out StahlsTV.com, where you'll find more how-to videos and tutorials just like the one you've watched.